We're back. We're here. We're really
All
here.
right. Welcome back to the Healthy with Heartland Podcast. If you caught that first intro, I'm going to do it again. My name's Justin. I am your host. Joined with your favorite creative directors, Simon and Shannon.
Hey.
What's
Morning.
going on? It's rainy. It's amazing outside. It's a great day to face some adversity.
That's right.
We're pumped.
So if you missed that first intro, Justin was telling us about his, was it Heart 75?
75 hard.
See.
Day 39, just past the halfway mark threshold.
Yes. Halfway through.
Whew.
It's getting a little bit mentally tough. You know, that's what he says what's going to happen. You know, you're going to have those days. Today's one of those days. I had to get up at 4 just because it's going to be a long day. So.
Did you do the outside workout already, or are you going to have to do that one later?
I'm doing it tonight. I went to Hotworks this morning, did some hot yoga. I'm so sore from the 2-a-day workouts. This morning I was just like, it's going to have to be yoga.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yoga's great. That's good stuff.
All right.
Especially for recovery.
Just real quick here, before we get started, I want to just do a couple announcements for you folks. You can restock from home without the hassle this month. For February, bacon is our reorder special, which is everyone's favorite. So you can get 2 packs, your choice of bacon, absolutely free with your reorder, and a extra special raspberry and vanilla swirl mini cheesecake for 2. So definitely check that out if you are ready to reorder in February. We'd love to help you out. If you did not see the post in the foodie group, we do have a new tab on the Heartland Foods website for housewares and health products. So definitely go check those out. We have everything from smart appliances, grills, smokers, water purification, to sleep technology. So we have everything you could absolutely need. If you're already a member of the Heartland Foodie Group, thanks so much for joining. If you'd like to get into our mastermind community, we just had an amazing mastermind on Monday. We talked a little bit about macro-friendly choices and snack hacks. It was a great conversation.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Halt.
Oh yeah.
Love
Halt.
that.
That was awesome.
I learned so much.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to join in on that, there's actually a link in the post. So make sure you sign up so you can get next Monday's Zoom. We meet at 8 p.m. on Monday evenings. And if you're not a Heartland family member, you can actually purchase Top Tier Health, which is an entire course, and you get Top Tier Mastermind absolutely free. So check out those links down below. And with that, I think, guys, we can get into the podcast.
Yes. Very frequented asked topic that we're going to cover today. Supplements. Do you need them? Obviously, you need them, or I wouldn't have a stack of them over here. So we're going to go through all the different things that we use, why we use them, and understanding kind of the differences, because it's kind of like food. There's high quality everything, there's low quality everything. So the source really matters. And just right off the bat, I'm going to give you the 2 things to really look for. There's something called CGMP. You probably can't see, it's very small on the label, but it's the Certified Good Manufacturing Practices brand underneath the FDA, which means that they actually tested the product. It means that the ingredients are what they say they are, and the macros actually are what they say they are. There's tons of supplement companies, and it'll say, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration.
Right.
And they can literally put whatever they want on there. There's all kinds of fillers, like gelatin is technically a protein, so they might say, oh, you're getting 20 grams of whey protein, and maybe you're getting 1 or 0, and it's all gelatin. So lots of filler products, things that are out there that are just kind of garbage. So.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it's like makes people think supplements, you don't need them, they're all fake, placebo. Well, maybe you're just not getting the right stuff.
Yeah, just like anything else, right? You got to look into the ingredients, how it's being made, and you got to be able to trust those processes to really know, what you're putting in your body.
Right. Before we get into what we're taking, what do you think is the most important reason? Because, we've mentioned right now, why people think maybe it doesn't work, but what do you think the most important reason as to why people should be supplementing? What do you think, Justin?
Well, I'll start with the greens. Just because of soil depletion and glyphosate and all of the commercial ag stuff, microplastics, we have so many toxins that are weighing on our systems, and on top of that, we don't get the same nutrient density from our food that we did 50 years ago. So being able to regulate your gut to be able to withstand all of the environmental toxins that we're going to come in contact with, I think that's massive to repairing your gut health so that you can even receive the nutrition. There's a lot of people who don't start with that, and you can't even absorb the nutrients. So It's really about regeneration of your body, your gut health, detoxing first, and then being able to receive the nutrition you need to build your body.
Yeah, deficiencies, right? Like, of course, I think it's always good to get the main amount of your nutrients from the food itself, right? You should be eating whole foods. You should be eating good quality foods and getting your main nutrients from there. But there's a lot of things that you can be deficient in, so supplements can really help out in that area.
Right. So yeah, that's all good stuff. And I know at first I was a skeptic of supplements. You know what I mean? Because growing up and going through high school, you would see creatine and you see these guys like, you know, taking these things. And at that point, I didn't really know, you know, I'm not educated on what even supplementation is. Now, as I've kind of gone through more of this health and wellness journey, right? And especially when we were losing the weight, it was like we had to supplement because we were doing a certain diet and we weren't getting some of the other nutrients. And I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, you know, that's probably an excuse, but it's kind of hard to get all the vegetables you really need in a certain day.
Right.
So I think that was, you know what I mean? Like you said, the deficiencies, also probably recovery, right? Some of the things your body isn't producing. Like I know, like,
Magnesium.
It's not holding on to it. It's just, it's using it, it's getting rid of it. And so you have to supplement to kind of
I think
keep
specifically too, you're referencing, like, obviously we did keto for weight loss, but electrolytes is one of those huge supplements that you need in when you're doing keto, because you lose so much, you know, salt, and your body needs those key minerals in order to operate, you know, daily functions. So that's huge.
Yep. It's also area specific. Like if you live in Florida and you're getting a lot of sun, you probably don't need to supplement vitamin D.
Right.
Sure.
Up here in the winter, all of us, I mean, pretty much everybody. So, but then it's the type, right? So I do liposomal vitamin D with K2 because that helps with the delivery and the absorption. So, you know, it's a lot of people are just popping D3s, and it's like you're not absorbing any of it if it's not, you know.
A lot of times too, you can get like you said, like is it a blend? It's both the D3 and the K2 together. Yeah. See, that's smart.
Liquid delivery, it's better absorption.
And you might as well combine them. That way you get the absorption and the activation rather than just taking one and not really truly getting the benefits.
Yeah.
You know.
And if you're going to be supplementing, you want to make sure you're absorbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's the whole part. You're probably taking them and then you're like, nothing's happening. I still feel the same. And you're thinking maybe it is a placebo effect, but it's probably because your body's not even absorbing it. Right. Which gets into gut health and that kind of thing as well, right?
Yeah.
Which is a great segue. So, Justin, you've brought all these. It's a huge amount of supplements.
It's not even all of it.
It's not even.
It's what I could fit in the box of. Like, well, since we're not going to do a 5-hour podcast, let's just start with this.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, I have different cycles of things. Some things I'm using 1 month, and the next month other things. So we can go through all of it. But a lot of this is things to have on hand, just preparation for when you can't be perfect, because life happens. Perfect example is yesterday, I got stuck on a couple calls. I literally didn't have time to eat my food. I had it already prepped, but I didn't have time to literally eat it. So I had to get in the car, and I had a level 1 meal replacement shake on the way to Orange Theory yesterday, where I had to do a talk with some great people, which was awesome. So it's preparation, right? Because that could have easily been a drive-through or a stop at 7-Eleven. Like, something bad would have happened if I wasn't prepared. So I always have some level 1 on hand. It's a protein powder, but it's specifically slow digesting, made for meal replacement. So it does have carbs and a little bit of fat. So, you know, there's different types of proteins. Whereas when I'm going to the gym, before and after, strategically, I'm going to do Formula 1, because this is cross microfiltered. It's immediate delivery, fast absorption right into your muscles for repair. So there's different types of proteins. They're processed differently and they have different effects. So the timing of supplements and how you take them is just as important as what you're taking.
Yeah, that's huge.
So you start off, I guess, excuse me, you start off taking, like in the morning, do you take something when you wake up, or do you take something like with food, or do you take that as a meal replacement? That's the first thing?
It's a backup. So I don't do the level 1 every day. It's just when I need it. So if I get to the end of the day and I'm low on my macros, common misconception is that being under caloried is good. It's not. You will lose muscle mass, and then your metabolic rate will drop, and you won't burn as much or just standard calories just existing. So you're better off actually hitting high quality macros, so that your body has to work to burn the intake. And if it's high quality, it's going to burn more than what the caloric problem is coming in. It's just not a problem. Versus if it's really bad calories, it's going to add up more than what the metabolic rate burns. So anyways, first thing I do, empty stomach every day, I do a scoop of the Optigreens. This stuff's phenomenal. You know, it's like, if there's one place to start, this is what I think everyone needs to do, because there is just a 0% chance that your gut is healthy. I mean, 99% of us are consuming seed oils, glyphosate in processed foods, and it's just destroying your gut bacteria. So this is going to get you regulated. Plus, me included, there's just no way we're going to eat all the fruits and vegetables we need every day. So this takes care of that, and then all I have to worry about is my macros. I can eat meat and rice and be very simple in my eating, and all I do is a scoop of this and a scoop of the Optireds, which is all the fruits, antioxidants, everything you could possibly need from fruits and vegetables in 2 scoops.
Boom.
Done in 30 seconds. And I don't have to worry about fruits and veggies the whole day. If I get them in addition, that's great. But I'm never going to miss a day of nutrition this way.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it's super important because, I mean, you're taking that basically as your first meal. That's the first thing that your cells are using after fasting, through sleep and all those kind of things. It's the first thing they're using to regenerate and build off of. So it's huge. I mean, can you name some of the things that are in the Optigreens?
Yeah, it's such a calming alkaline blend on your stomach first thing in the morning too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's got a green superfood complex. I mean, barley, wheatgrass, alfalfa, kale, spinach, parsley, broccoli, like all the extracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Phytonutrients, raspberries, beet juice, strawberry, cranberry, wildberry, elderberry, raspberry. It's got a plant enzyme blend, right? So we're already putting enzymatic process into your stomach for the food you're going to receive during the day. It helps you break down and digest. And then a full probiotic blend. So again, gut regulation. I mean, it's got everything you need here, plus a glycemic balance blend. It's going to help you balance your
blood
glycemic
sugar
index. Yeah. Soluble rice bran, stevia, grapeseed extract, alpha lipoic acid. So lots of other stuff in here too, but I don't know, it would take all day to read more.
Right.
Yeah.
And if as you're reading all those things, I mean, you listed off a bunch of fruit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Think about how much time that would take to actually consume those fruits.
I think, well, I don't know if yours is, but this one's like just as many fruits as it is vegetables. And I didn't even notice that in the first place. 24 total servings between fruits and vegetables.
Think about eating 24 total servings of fruit and veggies. Like just in a sitting.
Right, you're never going to get that done on your own.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In a day, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed like when we take the greens, and it's probably TMI, but when I have when I go to the restroom, it's better than
so regulated,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, this one's cool too. This one's it's by Paradise. It's Orac Energy Greens, but they have one that's not energy based. I don't know why they consider this energy based, but same thing. Alkalizing green juice powders, freeze dried berries, superfood concentrate, herbal adaptogens, probiotics. It's got all that ginger, zyme, chlorella, all that stuff. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff to start off the day with.
And you think when you're, in the regular standard American diet, you're probably deteriorating your gut. Essentially, like eating processed foods, and you mentioned the glyphosate, all those kind of things. And the gut is the second brain, right? So you're telling yourself as you're eating these kind of things, right? You're basically messing with your mental at the same time. And I feel like if you're taking these greens, it's just starting off with those things. You're killing it at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're getting the energy, you're getting the things that you need. Your body is going to just be better optimized for whatever you throw at it. So I think that's a super important thing to start off with the greens in the morning. How do you just mix it with water?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Water.
How does it taste?
So it's berry flavored.
Oh, nice.
There are often times where I'm including that because if I get up and go straight to the gym, I'll do it with my pre-workout, with the Formula One. So I know a lot of people care about taste.
Yeah.
I only care about results.
Neither do I.
Like I almost want it to taste bad, It's like a sign of...
Tastes like grass.
Yeah, it's like 75 hard. You're just going towards problems or heading towards adversity, So if it tastes great, that's great. But I'm not going to order something based off taste. Although I will say, the salted caramel collagen tastes incredible. And I just added collagen in because with the 2-a-day workouts with 75 hard, I've been so sore. Yeah. And I know that glucosamine is something that a lot of people take for joints, but it doesn't actually solve any problems. It actually just masks the pain. So I wanted to look into what are some things I could do to actually lubricate my joints and feel better. And collagen was one of the biggest things I came up with in my research. So I ordered this one, and I also learned that there's all different types of collagen.
Yep.
There's big ranges, and this has 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. It's like the full collagen peptide blend from a bunch of different sources. And I've been doing this for about a month. I just ordered the second one. I'm almost out of this bottle. And I noticed a big difference in my recovery, my joints, and just how I feel skeletally.
Yep. And I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and when he had Dr. Rhonda Patrick on there, that was the one thing she was saying too as far as aging goes, is taking your collagen and adding collagen supplements into your diet because it helps with your joints. And if you suffer from things like arthritis and things like that, it can help with that as well.
You mentioned it. There's different kinds too, right? Like I don't know why. Like I'm drawing a blank, but I know there's some that comes from animals. Then there's a different kind.
Mm-hmm.
There's fish. There's like marine collagen.
Okay, marine collagen. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, I know there's a bunch of different kinds. So that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, sources on this one. Pomegranate, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all different types. Oh, that's Dermaval. Then there's bovine, which that's...
yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. There's
Collagen
some here from
hydrolyzed
chicken,
bovine.
eggshell membrane, and hydrolyzed fish collagen peptides. So it's really a
mixture.
multifaceted source of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's bovine based. This one's, again, it's a keto based collagen. This flavor is chocolate. They have different flavors. But this one's mixed with the MCT oil, which is medium chain, I guess, triglycerides.
Try to say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, no, you can't. But it's good. I mean, it's super, super good, high quality fat, but definitely something you need when you're doing keto. So.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this, like, philosophically. You know, supplements are getting so advanced, and nutrition's getting so advanced, and it's something that some people look at as a luxury, but as commercial farming and all of these man-made environmental toxins that we're coming in contact with that, you know, we haven't for so long.
Yep.
Cancer rates are rising. It's like you have to fight the technology with the better technology. So if you don't take care of yourself with all these new developments and taking care of yourself, you're going to succumb to the big ag machine that's putting all that environmental pressure in your system. So you got to fight back.
Yep.
And I mean, when you break it down, it's like how we talk about it here. It's like, if you don't pay for these things, what's the cost of it? You know what I mean? What's the cost on your health as far as not supplementing?
Yeah.
Like your recovery, your health, all those kind of things. What's it really worth to you? You have to break that down, because I know that it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, supplements.
Oh yeah.
There's many of them. There's so many of them. So doing the research, like Justin has, like Shannon has, is super important to be able to, make sure your body is absorbing the right nutrients and those kind of things. So, what's after the collagen? What's the next one?
Yeah, and philosophically, some of these things are luxuries that we're going to go through, and some of them are necessities, right? So the pre-workout stuff, like this stuff here, this stack we're about to go through, it's a luxury that helps you in your workouts, your recovery, performance, right?
Yep.
Not necessarily something you need for general health. So, if you want to be strategic about how you do this stuff, and that's why it's different. Everybody needs a different approach to how we supplement. So, this one's Alpha Surge. This is a combination of things that help with oxygen flow, and so nitrous oxide helps with pumps. It makes you look bigger too. So you get, as they call it, skin tearing pumps, blood flow, endurance, oxygen, nutrient delivery. So. I like a multifaceted approach to my pre-workout, and I don't like too much of one thing. So it recommends a scoop. I do a half a scoop of the Alpha Surge, a half a scoop of Megawatt, which is neurofactor stuff.
I like that name, Megawatt.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is good stuff. So nootropics, that whole thing, that's another topic, but this helps with your focus. So I feel way more intentional in my workout. It's great. So energy as well, caffeine anhydrous, all the different extracts of stimulants that help your metabolism and just give you a little bit of energy. So I'm doing a half a scoop of that, half a scoop of the Alpha Surge, and then another half scoop of the Project One, which is another version of muscle pump energy and focus. It's got a different approach to it. So I'm getting a bunch of different ingredients. This one does have creatine, citrulline, and BCAAs, so branched chain amino acids, which really help with building your muscle. So, there's strategy to this, and it just depends how far you want to go.
Yep.
Nice.
And those are, have you worked out and not taken supplements versus worked out and taking these supplements? How does that feel?
There's a big difference for me, especially with the creatine. I notice without creatine, I'm flatter looking. I lose weight too, because the creatine that's in there, it does basically help with endurance, puts a little bit of water in your muscles so you look fuller and plumper, but it's not like a bloating water. It's a lean mass builder. So you do have to make sure you drink a gallon of water a day if you're taking creatine. I think it's completely safe and add it in.
Nice. That's awesome. And then I guess taking creatine, drinking the water, how important is it to then be eating like a healthy diet while you're taking these supplements. So, because I mean, like, you could take creatine and then go to McDonald's and, you know what I mean? And I feel like you're working against yourself, right? Like, you'd be taking those things to get bigger and stuff, but I've seen, and I don't want to mention any names, but I've seen people at the gym, you know what I mean, that are taking creatine and then they're eating donuts on the side, and then it's just like,
oh my god.
That was me. Literally, if you look at the 10-year challenge picture I posted on my Instagram, you will see, literally, I work out the same now as I did then, and you'll see me at 200 pounds, 20% body fat, flabby, look terrible,
right?
And it was just diet. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
You know, I may have worked out harder in my early 20s than I do now in my early 30s, and I'm 10% body, I'm half the body fat percentage. I look and feel incredible because of the diet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huge.
Nutrition.
And that's, I think that's
key.
a whole nother topic we probably could get into, but, you know, like in terms of like aging and, you know, when you're young and you're working out.
And longevity.
Right, and longevity. What you're thinking about then, as opposed to, because I know when you're young and you're working out, you're like, I just want to get huge.
You're like, how heavy
I want to be
can
big, I
how
want to be
heavy
strong.
can I lift?
On that topic, though, when I was 200 pounds, I was benching like 275. Now I'm lucky to get 200, so I'm definitely not as strong.
Yeah.
But what are we really
Exactly.
looking for here?
Exactly.
Don't you want to
I'm
be
sure.
like the leanest and the most strong? Isn't that what they always talk about? It's like being like
as
this
lean as-
most strong that you can be is not always like the healthiest. You want to be like as lean as you can possibly be, but as strong. And like that's like the best combo.
It depends on what your goals are.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because some
I
people,
guess if you're
there's
bodybuilding,
the-
I mean,
or
you're
not even
trying to
bodybuilding,
do, but
some of the the strongman competitions. These
yeah.
dudes, but if you look at
they
their
want to be
body,
huge.
they don't look like they're necessarily the healthiest
Healthy.
guys.
Sometimes,
But the thing is, like, that's their goal. They just want to be super strong.
That's
I saw
true.
one guy like pulling an 18-wheeler behind him. I'm like, that's crazy. Do I want to do
Oh
that?
my God.
No way. But
Yeah.
do
You're
I like
talking about
watching him do that? That's
longevity.
cool. Let him do that. But
Yeah,
you know.
it's exactly. It's all about what your goals are. I've left the ego behind. I don't care that I don't throw massive weights up in the gym anymore.
Right.
You know, I'm in there stretching more than I'm lifting and watching those other people. Like, yeah, you guys have at the heavy weights. I just want to feel good.
Yeah.
the young whippersnappers. Justin's over here. He's got like
getting
the
old.
wisdom.
Like, I'm
He's
good.
like, I don't need all that, guys.
I'm stretched. I feel it. Definitely.
Awesome.
Let's see. Another one I have. I don't know if you do probiotics, but this is a new one that Simon and I just tried. This is by Ancient Nutrition, if you're familiar with Dr. Axe and Chelsea Axe. They do Ancient Nutrition. So this is SBO Probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
Supports healthy gut function, immune system function, and elimination.
Which
But
I know my gut
immune
for
and
it
gut.
is probably, I have to repair that. I have to take those things. I mean, if I don't take certain supplements, like I said, when I'm in the when I have a bowel movement, I guess I'll say it's a lot different, and it's as you get older, especially like absorbing the nutrients from your food is even harder, especially if your gut is messed up, because if your gut is messed up, you could be eating all the right things and it's not absorbing any of it.
Yeah.
So you got to repair your gut, and then after you're repairing your gut, then you can start to absorb the nutrients and those kind of things. I mean, you have to see what works for you. You know what I mean? You have to be able to and do those things. And I think it's the same thing like the diet. It's got to be consistent. Like, we haven't taken them, in the past couple of months, but when we are working out and we are doing it, you feel 1,000 times better, and you feel like you have
if you
more
just take
energy.
it like once, it's not really
It
going to do
doesn't-
anything.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
take it
you're not
once, you're
gonna
gonna have a
feel it.
stomach ache.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn your gut upside down. You're like, oh, I don't want to do that again. But it's like that's the warning shot. It's telling you like, whoa, your gut needs some help, and
Yeah.
you need to get consistent with that, because that goes away once you're regulated.
Yep. And it's like the years and years of compounding, just trash food.
Yeah.
So you think now, as you get older, you're going to have to repair those things. And it is repairable. That's the thing. People think, oh, it's a lost cause. It is repairable. You can repair, I don't know the percentage, because I'm not a doctor, but I've heard, many places, like, you can repair pretty much anything with your diet that's going on in your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than like broken bones and stuff like that, but I mean, like, internally, you can repair them with your diet and supplementing with these things. So it's important. I think it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and a
true.
lot of things that are in the pharmaceutical industry are derived from these things, these natural things, that they just change the compound so they can patent it and sell it at a premium.
Right.
Yep.
So a lot of times when you're taking a chemical version of something, there's a natural option.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, what podcast was it? I think it was a Dr. Oz. No, it was Dr. Axe podcast, and they were talking about like the different oils. Like oregano oil is one of like the most it's so potent. It's so good for you. It can help
you can
cure
heal yourself,
so many
Yep.
bodily issues that you can have, and it's natural.
I
Like
use that when
it's not
I
the
had
only one.
the really big.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really good stuff. It's really good for you.
Yeah, they were saying like turmeric, and we were having that conversation
all that stuff,
with your
cayenne,
parents.
cinnamon, all like the things that like heat you up inside, all like the herbs and spices and all that stuff is so good for you.
Right. Getting woo.
Yeah. So yeah.
I got a couple. I know you got a couple more things here too.
Yeah.
What do you have next for us?
Let's see.
The multivitamin. I think that's.
Yeah. This is
let's go through that.
This is a wellness formula. So it's like an everyday advanced formula. It's herbs, vitamins, and nutraceuticals, whatever that means. But yeah, it's vitamin A, D, C, calcium, iron, zinc, selenium, copper, sodium, garlic, elderberry. I can't even literally say some of these. I'm not even gonna try. Olive leaf, citrus, cinnamon, basically a lot of the stuff that I just said. Ginger root, mullein, cayenne. Yeah, just lots of good herbs and spices and things like that to kind of help you, stay well. And that's in addition to all the other supplements you're taking and, keeping yourself well, washing your hands, all stuff like that. But just something to add in to help support your immune system with the probiotics and the other stuff that we take. Yeah.
I do my multis in a 60-day cycle. 30 days of one strategy, 30 days of another strategy. So
nice.
This is the microfactor pack. This covers pretty much the whole spectrum. So You got the complete multivitamin blend. That's covered. It's also got a fruit and veggies pack. CoQ10, antioxidants. So it's almost like taking the greens, the reds, the multivitamin, which the M factor, which I'm going to show you in a second, and putting it all into one thing. It also has a probiotic. So this is a daily pack. You literally just open this thing up.
Nice.
Yeah, it's even got the EFAs, so the omega-3 complex. So this is something that it's a low dose of all of it, right? So, but if you took one of these packs a day, it covers pretty much the whole spectrum.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I like how they put it just like right there, easily accessible for you.
Yeah.
It's no messing around. Like you just literally take it and you get all that stuff in one.
Yeah. So when you think about supplement cost, like all these things individually, I see a lot of people that are buying like vitamin A,
Yeah.
This is the entire thing you need for like $50, $60 a month.
Boom.
Nice.
Oh, it's expensive. Well, we can talk about that too. It's not expensive.
And if you bought them all separately, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna spend the same or more.
Yeah.
So if you want a simple solution, like if this whole topic's overwhelming, just get the microfactor pack. Easy. So I'll do this for 30 days, and I'll still do the reds and the greens and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then 30 days off of this, and I do the men's M factor. So this is a full multivitamin, but it's also got amino acids and men's health complex, which is basically hormone regulation for men. It's got tribulus terrestris, a couple other things in here that basically help elevate your free testosterone levels and suppress cortisol and estrogen. So most of weight loss and holding your muscle mass is a hormonal thing.
Yep.
And the aromatase factor of body fat literally puts more estrogen firing off of your endocrine system and perpetuates more body fat. So if you're it's not just working out and diet, we're gonna have to get your hormones under control to get body fat to start falling off. So that's why I do 30 days of this, then 30 days back on this, rotate them in, and I'm always doing the greens and the reds on top of it. Those are on a monthly subscription. You get a discount, and that's something I'll do the rest of my life.
That's nice.
Awesome. Is there a specific reason as to why you do 30 on, 30 off?
Yeah, because I don't want to get too much multivitamin overload from doing. I'll never do both of these at the same time.
Right.
And I'm always getting probiotics. Always getting probiotics from the greens. So there's a little extra in here, so I don't want to overload that. It's about just not overloading. Yeah. And I also don't want to take tribulus terrestris for too long. So what I do on the 30 days where I'm not getting that hormone, I switch to Tonga Ali and Fagosia agrestis. These are a different natural herb supplement that helps with suppressing cortisol levels and supporting testosterone levels. So this is good for men. For women, the DB Goddess Pack, Thyroid Drive, there's a women's fat loss system that First Form does as well. So it's different for men and women, but that's the strategy I go through, and I cycle 30 days on, 30 days off of that.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. And I'm just going to knock out the rest of this. Full mega. So on the month that I'm not doing the microfactor, I'm not getting the omega-3s from this, so I do the full mega on that off month. So this is something, it reduces inflammation, it's good for your heart health. There's just so much proven science around this. If you're not taking fish oil, guess you just don't want to live for a long time.
Yep.
Very nice.
Fish oil. I mean, fish oil is one of those things it's also. I mean, it reduces inflammation. It helps again with the joint pain and your recovery, all those kind of things as well. And it's probably one of the things that you're not getting because I don't know how much seafood people are really eating, but I know I'm not eating that much seafood. So it's one of those things that's one of the thing I know I'm missing out on is those because we're not eating salmon every day or I know you can eat like what's a salmon roe. Also, that has that
sardines, mackerel,
all those kinds of
I'm not into it. I just take a pill.
Right.
It's just derived from the same stuff, you know?
Right.
It's got to be like, it has to be that good stuff though, because if not, you can get fish oil at Walmart. You can get fish oil.
That's that's the test on quality of fish oil. Like if you get fishy burps, your supplement's
the worst.
Garbage. Yeah. Yeah, that just means it's bad fish oil.
No good.
And it's just, I mean, it's the worst. Because I mean, we've done it. That was where we started, you know what I mean? Like getting them in Walmart and you'd get that little...
I think it was Kroger, but
it was
close enough.
Same deal.
Close enough.
Yeah, it wasn't a quality one. And it's all part of the process, right?
We've grown, so we moved on to ancient nutrition.
Yes.
Progressed a little bit there.
Right.
I have one final one for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is Ignition. If you are a cardio athlete, or if you just work out hard, which I do, this is glycogen recovery replacement. You take this right before and right after your workout. It's a carb supplement. It literally will help you hold muscle mass, build muscle, and go longer and harder in your workouts. If you're an endurance athlete, this is huge. This is going to help you a lot because your glycogen levels are getting depleted. That's when you hit that wall and you feel drained. You're depleting your glycogen. So this will help rejuvenate that during and after the workout. And if you pair that with the Formula 1 protein, it's literally you're just injecting all of this nutrition in your muscles before and after the workout, so you'll maximize the workout. There's nothing worse than wasting your workout. So if you're going to do the work, don't you want to build the muscle?
That's right.
Okay, I have a question. This might be a stupid question.
Yeah.
Are you mixing all this stuff with water?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know. I'm just like...
and he also mentioned you're mixing some of them all together.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I know. But then I'm like thinking, okay, so like if it's not a pill, then it's like a powder, but you have to mix it with something. So
yes.
I don't know if that was a stupid question, but I was really wondering that.
There are literally mornings where I will do half a scoop of Ignition. I do half a scoop before, half a scoop after. That's just what normally fits my macros. Maybe a scoop for you, maybe a quarter scoop. It just depends. So Ignition, Formula 1, Reds, Greens, Creatine, my liposomal vitamin D will literally all go into one shaker, and I'm just on the way to the gym. Right?
Okay.
And it's just a cocktail of all kinds of different flavors, and I don't care what it tastes like.
Yep.
It's just I want the results.
That's right.
Makes
it's important.
sense.
Yeah. So if you care about the taste, like mix them separately. I mean, I don't know.
I haven't tried it, but I've heard that Athletic Greens has like a nice kind of like sweet melony flavor. I haven't personally tried it, but I've heard.
I used Athletic Greens for years.
About that. Did you like it?
For years, until I switched to First Form. Yeah, what I love about it is it's got to be refrigerated, it has live probiotics. It's the full panel of all the vitamins, minerals.
Yeah.
I like solutions that are easy, right? So for a lot of clients, I just like ship them a bag and like this, all you have to do is 1 scoop a day and it covers almost everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't have vitamin D in it, so you'd have to add that, but that's a good strategy too. It's from New Zealand. It is CGMP certified. I'm just very partial to First Form because they're an American company. I love their values, I love what they stand for, and we're just in a period of time in life where you should support people with your dollars who you want to support. And
yep.
I just believe in the message. I believe in this company, and I want them to blow up and take over as far as the big boys in the industry.
Supplementation,
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are they? Is it a new company? Is this like a new thing, or have they been around for a while?
Been around for a long time.
Okay.
It's Andy Frisella's company.
Okay.
He's got the Real AF podcast. It's number 2 podcast in the world behind Joe Rogan's. Nice. So yeah, there's a reason why there's a lot of traction behind it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, as far as the quality goes, you can't beat it, and you're supporting a company right here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Nice.
They're fully vertically integrated. They get their own ingredients. They manufacture their own products. They sell it. They ship it. They do the whole thing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, you're supporting a lot of good American people.
That's awesome. That's
especially now
bonus.
When you think about
It's important.
We're not. I mean, we're not.
It's important.
Yeah.
It is.
It's important.
You know?
Definitely.
It's important to me.
Yep.
For sure. Well, I guess I only really have one more. Magnesium. This is if you don't want to take like a pill, or say that you don't enjoy taking pills, this is like a powder.
Yeah.
This is an unflavored version, so it's actually a little sour.
Yeah.
You can mix it with water. You can do warm water, room temperature water, cold water. Sometimes I put in sparkling water if you like sparkling water. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, no, it's vegan, it's non-GMO, and I take it before sleep. It just kind of helps you like relax, calm, and then get that serving of magnesium that you can use. They call it an anti-stress drink, but there's different flavors, and this is by Natural Vitality. They're a really popular magnesium brand. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Yep. That helps with like your like you said, your stresses and
I think
recovery.
just naturally everyone's deficient in magnesium.
Right.
Yeah.
So just to get that
we're deficient in a lot of...
and then like too, like you can take melatonin, things like that, to help you like go to sleep. That's another one that you can kind of like add into that, you know, nighttime routine if you have one. Or like a lot of people do like a tea. Like I know, I forget the name of it, but like you can do like a mushroom tea, or like, you know, different things like that, depending on what you like.
I think
chaga mushroom, lion's mane. I mean, there's so many different ones, but they make like reishi mushroom. They do different like teas, and a lot of times they put melatonin or some sort of magnesium or something else in it to kind of help you go to sleep and just feel relaxed and
a lot of hormone regulation there.
Yeah.
So like the night tea from First Form. I think if you do the so some months I do the primal pack, which is another discussion, but the nighttime part of that pack is the night tea, which is zinc, magnesium, melatonin. These are things that regulate your hormones. I mean, that's what melatonin's doing. It's not making you tired. It's lowering your cortisol levels. It's relaxing you and allowing you to fall into a deep REM sleep.
Yep. Centering yourself. So yeah, that stuff's super important too.
Yep.
And just as much as I know we would always talk about like waking up in like the morning and like having a routine, having that like the first thing you put in your body is super important. But same thing with like going to sleep, like winding down. And there's all the things we talk about in terms of like, you know, blocking the EMF and like the blue light and stuff like that. But if you can have like or maybe start like a nighttime routine, maybe that's another thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, maybe if mornings aren't your thing, a
nighttime
like, routine could be your thing.
When we used to, you know, when we weren't living a super like a healthy diet sort of journey, like we would eat right before we go to bed sometimes, you know what I mean? Or even in the bed. And it, like, that was just one thing. Like you don't realize, like, it messes with your dreams. Like, you don't sleep as well. Digestion. Yeah. The whole thing. I mean, you're waking up in the middle of the night to have to go to, like, the restroom, that kind of thing. So it's just like, I feel like, you know, you have to be able to eat your dinner, but you really shouldn't be consuming anything up until, you know what I mean, right before you go to bed. Maybe you can have some water, but even that, like, I've noticed, like, some people...
good podcast topic.
Yeah, some people drink water right before they go to sleep. I've tried it, but again, you know, drinking water and those kind of things, I feel like it wakes me up.
Because you have to go to the restroom?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wakes me up just in general, just drinking water, just, you know, like, I'm like, okay, I'm awake now.
That's one thing, like, a lot of people do in the morning.
Yeah.
I do have some carbs before bed, though. It's good for you overnight. Because you know, like when you have heavy carbs, it kind of like makes you kind of tired too.
Yeah.
It can help you go to sleep too.
Yep.
And
then too, especially if you're doing 2 workouts per day, I mean, a little bit of carbs to kind of, you know, get you through the night and wake up feeling a little bit better.
Yeah. 2 a days.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That's good stuff.
And if you count your macros, and if you've never done it before, just do it. And what you're gonna find, everybody finds the same thing. You're not eating enough protein. It's very difficult to get all the protein in. So.
Oh yeah, and then mentioning that, if you're counting your macros, when we did when we went over Chronometer in the mastermind, and we were talking about how you can also see not only just the macros but like the micronutrients. If you haven't, you know, ever like tracked what you're eating, it would be maybe a great opportunity to do so, and then see maybe what micronutrients you're not getting, and then maybe you could fill it in with some stuff from First Form, some of the stuff that, you know, we talked about today. And if that's helpful for you too, we also put a link. Justin has a link in the description for free shipping if you want to get some First Form products as well. So definitely check that out.
Yep. This is probably, you know, like a big question. How much do you think you spend monthly on your supplements?
Okay, right now a lot more than normal. So I did a cost benefit analysis. So because I'm doing 75 hard, I mean, I'm going all out.
Yeah.
Anything I can do to increase my recovery performance, I'm doing it.
Makes sense.
So this right now I'm spending, I'm gonna say $300 to $400 a month on supplements.
Okay.
I'm saving money because I was spending at least $100 to $200 a week going out.
Right.
So I'm cooking 100% of my food at home. There's no snacking. There's no alcohol. There's no going out to dinner. And we're saving so much money. And it's just so counterintuitive, right? It's like if you, this is the best way to think about it, right? If you're talking about the cost of a meal, a level 1 shake, 2 scoops is a meal. It costs $2
Mm-hmm.
for 2 scoops. So you're paying $1 a scoop, and it's a meal. So I'm basically paying $2 for a meal. So don't tell me supplements are expensive.
It's really just about, like you said, reallocating where you're spending the money.
Well, what's great too, like you mentioned how you're like cycling things. So like, say like whatever, 1 month or whatever, like you have a little bit left of like one over. Like you're going to eventually have some left over where like, you could try something new that month, or like you don't need to rebuy that one because you still have some left over. The fact that you're trying so many like different things, like, I don't know, I think that has
lower
a
the
benefit
dose too. Like the
True.
greens and the reds, it says to take 2 scoops, but if I got some microfactor and these other things, I dilute the dose, so I'm only buying
Lasts
it
you
every
longer.
other month.
Yeah. So it'll last you longer.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
like,
important.
I'm hyped up. I'm like,
Because I know that there's people out there spending, you know what I mean, thousands of dollars on supplementation and stuff like that, where it's like if you can get it to a $300, you know what I mean, per month deal, that's making you feel better, recover faster. What's the real price? Health, longevity, recovery.
Mm-hmm. And I think you kind of hit like the nail on the head. Like there's a couple things that you mentioned and we mentioned that they cover a large portion of what we're talking about. So like if you can't do all of it, like you could definitely do just one thing or like one chunk and then start adding stuff to it.
It's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
In the top tier health course, I break down, there's a whole course on supplementation. You can hit start, stop, play, and learn. Because it does get complicated. If it's overwhelming, just
to start
get a microfactor pack. One a day, just take the pills. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to learn anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what I find is when you do learn and you do the research, that helps with your belief, because if you understand why something works, then you will buy into it. If right now you're saying like, I've survived this long without supplements, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just not my tribe.
Yep. It's a mental aspect. I mean, that was, remember, anything that we did as we were going along the health journey, I was asking her, I was like, why are we doing this?
Oh yeah.
Why am I eating this? Why am I taking this? Why?
Especially fasting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of it.
That was the worst.
I was like, why? This.
But no, like knowing the research is important.
Yeah.
And then understanding why and what it's like, doing to you and why you feel better, why you feel worse. I think that's like a motivating factor in why you continue or you quit or you stop or you keep going. So
I think it's important because it was, for me, it was, like the knowing the why made me be able to accept it. So like you with
the end goal.
Yeah, being it, like knowing that the workout's going to be hard, you've already accepted it. You're going to go through it. Mm-hmm. If you don't know what you're going through it for, there's no reason. You're like, there's no way I want to keep doing this. I'm not going to stay consistent at this. If I know why, okay, this is why. When you take this probiotic, it's going to help your gut. So if I know I'm taking it, and or any of the supplements, apple cider vinegar we used to take, right at the beginning, like we were like, why are we drinking this? It tastes weird. Like I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to take it. Then you realize, hey, it's a dietary thing where it helps suppress your hunger and things like that. So it's like when you know why, it just makes it so much easier to accept it, get through it, not have to be worrying about. I just remember I would always why are we taking this?
Think about how you feel now, right? Because you've done that work versus what it was like before, right? And it's the reality is, if we could bottle what it feels like to be 10% body fat, 30 days no alcohol, eating perfect. If you could bottle that and let somebody feel like that for a day, and they realize the brain fog that they're in, how sluggish they are, how miserable they are, they don't know, right? You would literally turn the $4 trillion healthcare problem and get rid of it, because people would want what that felt like for a day. And unless you've experienced that, it's hard for you to understand why you need to do it.
Yeah, I think that's the craziest part is that like along the way, you didn't even know that you felt so bad. Right. That you could feel that good.
Yeah. I mean, you think now, like, having drank alcohol and that kind of stuff, even now, like, you don't feel as optimal as you do when you don't. Yeah. Like, and it's just something about it. And I don't mean like a hangover. That's what I mean? You're going to feel those things and that sucks, whatever. But like, I'm saying just not consuming it in general. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? How good you feel throughout that whole thing. It's crazy to think about. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Even now, like, I wouldn't say we're in the most optimal place, but like when you are, it's a different feeling. It's almost like the runner's high. You know what I mean? Like you just get this sort of feeling, and you're like, this is what it feels like. Like, that's crazy, because
I also think different. Too, like, we were coming from like a really bad place. So I feel like for us too,
Yeah,
like I mean,
feel like
even
most people
personally-
are even if you're not 300 pounds, most people are
that's
probably
absolutely
feeling
true.
that brain fog, all those kind of things. The weight is one thing. I'm talking about just the way you feel in general, just the way you think about things in general. Like the way you're eating, it affects your mindset. The way that you think about certain subjects and stuff like that. Like the way that you even perceive yourself, the way that all of those things. Like I think it's super important.
Definitely.
But I mean, I appreciate it, Justin, for I'm going to check out. I like the one of those.
Which
one?
one?
I liked all of them, but the when you mentioned the endurance one, I was like, that's
ignition.
ignition for the workouts. Like because I know that there's certain points, where we're heavy into the run or something, and I'm like, I'm dead. Mm-hmm. That would probably give me a little extra boost.
I know you had one that was like a blueberry muffin flavor.
Oh, that's the level 1.
Whatever that was, that looked pretty good.
This is so good. This is the meal replacement protein.
That's
okay,
fun.
and you just mix that with water.
Yep, as they say, ultra high bioavailability.
Mm.
But again, low temperature processed. We preserve the nutrients.
Yep. Super important.
CGMP certified. If it does not have that, if it doesn't have the processed in an FDA approved facility, do not buy that garbage.
Right.
Good stuff. If you guys want to check out First Form, make sure that you use the link in the description so you can get free shipping. So that's pretty sweet. And we will be back next week. We're going to have a special guest for you folks. So we'll post about that in the foodie group. So make sure to check it out. Put that on your calendar. Next Thursday, 9:30 a.m. And we're going to have our third mastermind this upcoming Monday, 8 p.m. So you can use that link also in the description to sign up, get that Zoom link so you can be part of our weekly meetings.
Yeah, come be a part of the community.
Super great value. You're going to learn so much. It's really, really awesome.
You're going to build relationships with, and hear things in this mastermind that, you know what I mean, that are going to play a huge role probably in your life. Because you're going to see that, there's other people out there that are probably struggling or have the information or know the same things that you're wondering about. Come to this group, engage with us. It's been awesome.
Ask your questions, give your tips. It's just like a really awesome community, and we're learning a lot from everybody.
Yeah,
so.
And shout out to old Barbara Johnson. She's watching, and I just wanted to say,
hey Barbara,
nice little shout out.
How you doing?
But yeah, the top tier mastermind, it's awesome. And if you are part of the top tier mastermind, bring somebody along. You know what I mean? Like, just bring them along. +1, I think, is what they call it.
Yeah. Which is allowed.
Yeah.
Spread the word that we want to get some quality people in here.
Definitely.
And it's in order for us to get high quality speakers and guests to start coming, like we just started this, so it's going to be just us for a little bit.
Yep.
But show up to the meetings. Like people I'm getting a lot of messages, like, can you send me the replay? Where can I watch it after? It's in Top Tier Health. If you want to pay the one-time fee to do it that way, that's great. You can go watch all the replays, but we're trying to incentivize you to show up to the meetings. The bigger the mastermind is, the more people that show up every week, the better talent I will be able to recruit to bring you better information.
Yep.
So please join the Top Tier Mastermind. If you can't find it, send me a message. I'll send you an invite. If you don't have the Zoom link, like whatever your barrier is, just let me know and I'll help you.
That's right.
And we'll get it done. So
definitely.
Yeah.
We are looking forward to seeing everyone there. We'll see everyone next week. And with that, Justin, I think you can send us off.
All right. We'll be back again next week with whatever amazing topic we decide, because that's usually what we do. Is we're like, what do you want to talk about tomorrow? So, Top Tier Mastermind, 8 p.m. Monday night. We will be doing that again this week coming up as well. And as always, stay healthy with Heartland.